if you took our bachata class and if this is your first time taking our class, welcome. This is going to be a 4-week merengue course full of fun and merengue. I'm Miss Chavez, as some of you know, and our teacher for merengue is going to be an awesome person that I personally know. I used to dance with way back starting in college. This person is a music teacher, a dance teacher. He has traveled and taught internationally, and he holds the title of International Ambassador of the Arts for the Dominican Republic. So guys, welcome Mr. Edwin.
Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here with you all, teaching you merengue. We're going to have 4 weeks of fun, so 4 days of complete merengue fun. And today, I just want to introduce you a little bit to the flavor of merengue. For those of you who dance merengue at home already, you already know how to dance a little bit. Today, we're going to just learn some new things. And over the course of 4 weeks, we're going to start to learn a little choreography that we can all do together. So let's get right into it. I see some people logging in. So we're going to start facing this way, and just with your left foot, we're going to go left and right and left and right. And then sometimes I'll ask Miss Chavez to turn around or to face you so you can see how it looks in the front and in the back. So let's try it with your right, my left. 5, 6, starting slowly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, and notice how I'm taking my steps, bending my knees, and how I'm pressing the ground. Every time you press the ground when you dance merengue, it makes your body push back up, so you notice there's like a little bounce going on, yeah? So if I turn around, you see this little bounce? It's like a little bounce, yeah? It's kind of like when you're doing this, like, yo, everybody put your hands. So it's that same idea of your body coming in kind of like an accordion. You know that instrument that goes, wah, 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 wah. Yeah? So it's like this. So every time you step, you notice my body goes one way and my legs go the other way. Let's try one more time. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 1, 2. Left, right, or right, left. It doesn't really matter which leg you start with, as long as you find that rhythm. 2, 1, 2. Keep your knees slightly bent, and then you can straighten them out. And now try the same thing, and then give yourself a couple of slow turns. Maybe you can turn to your right, just to see what that feels like. Yeah. Thinking, 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 thinking. Turn to your left. Thinking, 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 thinking. Think a little bit faster. Kung, karang, king, king, kiring, king, king, kiring, king, king, kiring, king, kung, 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 kung. And now have fun with ding, kiring, king, 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 kiring, king, king. Now we're dancing merengue, right? So that's the idea of what is happening with my body. Next week, we'll go over a little bit more in detail what's happening with some of the steps, but for now, that's all you need. Now, let's talk about space. So when I'm dancing merengue, not all of the steps are going to be here, right? Because then it's going to look like you're marching, and that's not going to be too much fun. What's going to make merengue exciting is all of the space that you can use. So if you're dancing by yourself right now, I want you to try stepping in place like this, 2, with your left and right. And then every time I say go, I want you to step outside to your left, but come back like this. And go. Uno, and come back. And uno, and come back. Look at that. And out, and in. And out, and in. And out, and in. Ting, 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 ting. And that's what we're going to call a tumbao. But there's a lot more to the tumbao, right? It's not just going here. For those of you who know Spanish, the word tumbao, la negra tiene tumbao, the word tumbao means to drop, so, or fall. So when you step out, you're going to give me a little, you saw that? Hey, 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 look at Miss Chavez, hey, you see that? So you're going out and back to the center, out and back to the center. The way I think about it, it's like you're walking inside of your kitchen, right? You're walking, you're going to get something to eat, and all of a sudden, as you're reaching for something, you see a cucaracha, ay! Yeah? And then you bring that leg back. Let's try it again. 5, 6, basic, and ting, 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 ting. Cucaracha, ay! Ting, 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 and hold it. So hopefully remember that you're not only stepping out, you're also changing your level. You're going down a little bit. Now, some people like to go really low. I have a friend who likes to go down here. I don't know why, but that looks good for him. Some people are like more moderate, like, okay, little tumbadito, right? But it doesn't matter as long as you come back and keep the beat. Yeah? So that's your tumbao. Let's practice it on the right side. Basic with the right, starting with the right. 5, 6, 7, and right, left, right, left, right, left. Tumbaito. Cum, cantan. Cum, tucum, cum, tum. Cum, tucum, cum, tum. Cum, tucum, cutum, cum, tum. Cutum, cum, tucum, cutum, cum, tum. Cutum, cum, tucum, cutum, cum, tum. Cutum, cum, tucum. And now let's get musical. So if you notice, if I'm doing the sound of the tambora with my lips, cum, tucum, cum, tum. Cum, tucum, cum, tum. You notice there's a cum, tucum, cum. That accent on this side is where we actually do the drops. So everything else is in the center. So it's like this. Ta, 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 cum, tucum, kata, cum, tum. Kata, cum, tucum, kata, cum, tum. Kata. So that way, when you're listening to the music later on, I want you to always find those little moments in the accents. So we're going to call that step number 1, tumbaito. Let's try with the basic and then with some music. Ready? Basics with the left and left, right. Left, right. Get ready. Give me a turn to your left. A nice slow turn to your left, like this. Da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-da-dum. To the right. Da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-da-dum. Hold it in the middle. Da-da-dum, dun, 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 dun. Da-da-dum, dun. Ahí viene el tumbaí. Trinkin, tinkin, tinkin, ton. Kirinkin, tinkin, tinkin, ton. Kirinkin, tinkin, tinkin, ton. Kirinkin, tinkin, tinkin, ton. Más rápido. Kinkin, ton, king, ton, kinkin, ton, king, ton, kinkin, ton, king. Hold it in the middle. And now, bang, 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 bang. Now let's try it to the right. Ready? Here we go. King, ting, king, ting, king, king, ting, king, ting, king, ting, king, ting, king, ting, king, ting, king, king, ting, ting, king, ting, and hold it. I think we got the tumbaito. We got the tumbaito. All right, let's start with our first song, María Díaz, ¿Por qué te fuiste dulce amor? And let's just practice getting the vibe and learning how to do the tumbao. All right, get ready. Ooh. Hear that sound I was telling you? So let's start left. Actually, let's start right, left. Right, left. 5, 6. Right, left, right. Right, left. Right, left. Right, left. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Now let's try turning to our right slowly, like this. Take your time with it. Take your time, take your time. No one's waiting for you. Now take it to the left. To the left. Eso. Hey, 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 hey. So notice the music right now, it doesn't have a lot of accents, right? So it just expresses these movements. Now let's try 3 different levels of movement. Let's try minimal. Minimal. Very minimal movement. Then we'll try medium. And then we'll try the third one, which is like, it's your birthday. Like, you gotta go like, hey! All right, let's try minimal. Eso. Medium. And it's your birthday. Hey! All right, back to minimal. So remember, those are different energies that you can express at any time when you're dancing. So that doesn't look like one thing the entire song, yeah? All right, so now, the moment of truth. Tumbaito. Let's start with our right. Ready? 5, 6, basic, and right, left. Get ready. Tumbao. Hey. Hey. You can even hear it when you step it. You can step it. Hey. Listen to it. And back to normal. So now, that was the tumbao to the right. Notice, I went a little bit lower, but you can also go here. That's fine. You can go further out. That's up to you. Now let's switch it to the left. Ready? Basic. 5, 6, basic on the left end. All right, get ready. Tumbao. Hey. And back to the basics. Now let's practice going in different directions. Let's maybe go forward. Just bring it forward. Bring it back. Turn it around. Other side. Now this is a little tricky. Let's try this together. We're gonna slide over to the left like this. Hold it here. Now without switching your feet, let's take it to the right. Eso. And back to the center. Now, for those of you who took the bachata lesson, you know that in bachata, we switch our feet, right? We do a tap. In merengue, we don't do that much. Let's try it one more time. 8, 6, 5, 6, left, right. Eso. All right, let's do that dragging step, the left leg. Ready? And ga, 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 ga. Hold it. Give me a half turn, half turn, half turn. And now we're gonna do it again. Ready? To the left. Ga, 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 and come back. 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. And forward. And back. Right turn. Left turn. And remember to dance with your whole body, okay? Not just your feet and your hands. Your hips, your shoulders, everything. Excuse me, everything's moving. All right, let's practice. Tumbao to the left. Bigger. 8. 8. Oh, I gotta match Miss Chavez. Give me a second. Give me a second. 8. Let's go. It's her birthday. 8. Back to the center. Now, mínimo. Mínimo is kind of like, you know you got it, but you don't want to show off. But everybody knows you're really good. And you're like, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. And then, hey, medium. And then big. You can get low, you can come up. And now turn your body this way, like this. And let me show you different levels. You can lean it back, hey, hey, hey. Or forward. And then play around with it. Hey. Back to the center. And let's stop it here. That was our first song. Woo! That song is like pure cardio. That song is pure cardio. So if you don't need to go to the gym, just play that song and you're good. So now, 2 things about merengue, which we were kind of saying as we were going into the class. It's not just arms and legs, right? It's not just arms and legs. It's a whole body. There's hips and knees and shoulders, right? Your upper body, even your face. I know people who dance with their face, right? So try to train your whole body to move. Even if you don't know what to do, at least get it loose. Like, okay, all right. And then little by little, I'll give you more and more ideas of things you can do. So those were our first few steps. So just to review, we have basic in place. We have the tumbaito. We practice it both ways. We have the right turn and the left turn, right, which could be slow or really fast. That's going to be up to the speed of the music. And if you're dancing with a partner, that's also going to determine a lot of what you do. Then we also have that little drag going to the left, which I'm going to go over. We can do it going to the right. You can do it facing back or front. It's up to you. And, of course, the hip movement. So when I'm moving my hip in merengue, it's going to look different for everybody, okay? You can try what we're doing, but most likely we're all going to have one set of hips that are going to be more dominant than the other. So for instance, if you try to move your left hip and your right hip, you'll notice there might be one that has a little accent. That's normal, okay? Don't try to fix that. That's part of who you are. Now, when you're doing your hips, just make sure that you come back to the center. Because if you go here and then you stay here, then you're going to get lower and lower, and then you're going to be like this. So you always want to come back to the center when you're doing tumbao or any hips. Yeah? So I think we're ready for the next step. What do you think? Oh, I'm excited already. So this is one of the steps that I really love. You can use this at any time, and this is going to be in your choreography. So I'm going to show you what it looks like first facing the back, and then I'll show you in the front. So facing the back, if we start our basic with our right foot, like this, right? So if Miss Chavez starts with the left, that's kind of like what you're doing. But if you start, sorry, what I'm doing. So if I'm doing right and you're following me, this is left and right and left. And what you're doing in this step is that with your right, you're going to cross in front of you. Cross. Then with your left, you're going to cross again. Cross. And now you're going to step back, back, and back. And you just completed the step. I know it didn't look like anything special, right? Watch when we do it later on with music. So let me show you again. So you go cross, cross, open, open. And you might have seen that step before, right? It's nothing new. You might have seen like, like in swing and jazz. It's a similar step, but we're going to put the merengue flavor. And what the merengue flavor is, upper body, lower body, hips, feet, hands, and a lot of tumbao. So let me show you what it looks like. So this is my right foot. I'm going to go right, left, right, left. Let's try it again. Cross, cross, open, open. Keep going. Cross, cross. Open, open. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Right? Open, open. Cross, cross, open. Now let's start it turning into a little bit of merengue. Open, open, cross, cross, open, open, cross, cross. So adelante, adelante, atrás, atrás. Adelante, adelante, atrás, atrás. Nadie está más adelante que yo. Adelante, adelante. Nadie está más adelante que yo. A little faster. Nadie está más adelante que yo. Woo! Nadie está más adelante que yo. How fast can we go? Cross, cross, open, open, cross, cross, open, open, cross. Okay, okay, that's. Woo! Take a breather. That was really fast. So remember, cross right, cross left, open right, open left. And we're going to call that el cruzado. Como dice Toño Rosario, ta cruzado, ta cruzado. And we're going to listen to that song later. So cruzado, cruzado, abierto, abierto. Cross, cross, open, open. Now, what's going to make it merengue? Look at Miss Chavez's arms. You see that? This is merengue right here. Now, if you do this, that's more like jazz. Right? So you want to keep it up here. Yeah? Let's join in. 5, 6, 7, and dun. King tiring kiting king ting. 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 And you got the idea. All right. So remember, crossing step or cruzado. Let me see. I'm going to give you one last step for today, and then we're going to start putting them together little by little. The last step for today is going to be caderas. We all have caderas, right? Here's what happens. When you're doing caderas, sometimes, I don't know why, boys get a little shy. They're like, hips are for girls. I'm like, excuse me, I got hips too. So here's what happens with the hips. First, give me with your right foot 8 steps going around to the left, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is what we call the anchor. The anchor, for those of you who are learning about boats and water, right? The anchor is the leg that stays behind. This is where this one doesn't move, yeah? And then the other leg goes around kind of like what is this called? A protractor, that thing, yeah? We use it in art class. You remember those? All right, so remember, this one stays, this one goes. Yeah, it's kind of like, this one's kind of like holding the ground, and this one's going and exploring. Let's try it slowly. 8 counts. 5, 6, starting with the right, right, and 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 right. That's how a lot of boys do it, but we're not going to do it like that. We're going to do it the merengue way. Let me show you what happens in merengue. In merengue, it's kind of like, again, it's your birthday. It's a party. Hey, hey, hey. So watch this. As you're taking the first step, your hips are going to go away from your legs. So if my leg is going to go there, my hip goes away. So you're standing like this. Whoop. Practice that little motion. It's a little tricky to get, but once you get it, you'll see it's really cool. So the hip goes away, and now watch what happens once I step. Step, and step, and step, and step, and roll, and roll, and roll, and roll. This should look familiar because this is exactly how you learn how to do the hula hoop, right? Woo! Imagine you have a hula hoop, you spin it around, but instead of going all the way around, you keep your body centered and you only move your hips. So let's try going around to the counterclockwise. 5, 6, to the right, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, you don't always have to do it in sets of 8, but 8 is a really good number to make sure that you would do it even and you can come back to your basic. Let's try it again. 5. Let's actually start with just the basic first, with the right basic, and then I'll say hip circle, cadera. Yep. 5, 6, 7, basic. Right, left, right, left, right, left, cadera, hip circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then when you finish with that, and 8, step, and then back to your number 1. Now, when I say cadera, you can do your hips as little or as big as you want. That's up to you. The most important thing is that you actually feel what it's like to isolate that part of your body, because it's easy to isolate, but when you're starting to move your feet at the same time, it can get a little tricky. So just play around with it and see how much you can do. 5, 6, basic, right and left. Good. Basic, basic, a little bit slower, and ting, 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 cadera, cum, 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 cum. 5 and 6 and 7 and basic 8 and 1, 2. So that was an 8 count round hips or caderas. Let's do a 4 count round hip. Ready? 5, 6, basic and a 1. So now we're dividing 8 into 2 parts. So we're gonna do 4. Ready? 5, 6, 5, 6, cadera and cadera 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we got a round quicker. Ready? Right, left, right, left, right, left, cadera and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now let me show you another trick, because I love little tricks to make you feel like you can own a merengue dance party. Watch this. When I'm taking my steps around, my first step is towards you, right in front of you. So if you're dancing in front of someone, you can step right in front of them, but not on them. Yeah? So you step here, 1. Second step is in the side, 2. Third step is in the back, 3. And 4th step is on the other side, 4, and you're finished. So if you think of it like a cross, it's easy to know where all the steps are. So in front, left, behind, right. So let's see if you can give that a try. 5, 6, right foot first, and right, left. And just as you're doing this, always think of a song. Just play a song in your head. That way you can stay on rhythm. For this one, we can go like, suavemente, bésame, da 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 da, besándome otra vez, suave, hips, and cum, suave, ta 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 ta, que quiero ta 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 ta, hey, hey, hey. And that's your hip circle or caderas. Remember, they can go big or small. It's up to you and how you feel about these kind of steps. In some merengue songs, when you're listening to the music, they'll tell you like cool things that you can do, right? They'll be like, dale pa abajo, dale pa abajo. You're like, oh, I can't go any lower, right? Or sube la mano arriba, hey, con la mano arriba. So now, as you're listening to merengue, you're also getting inspired from the music, because once in a while, you're listening to a song, and all they start saying is, cadera, cadera. And you're like, oh, Mr. Edwin taught me something for caderas. Cadera, cadera. And now everyone's like, wow, how do you know? You look so good. And like, well, because I'm listening to the music. So always listen for the music, because there's going to be little cues and clues in there. Let's practice everything we've learned so far. Actually, how can I forget? We have another hip, right? We have 2. Let's try the other hip. So let's start basic with the left. Ready? 5, 6, basic with the left. And left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. 8, count cadera to the right, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and basic. 8 and left, right, left, right, left, right. Now let's do the 4 count one. Ready? And 5, 6, 7, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and basic. Now, remember what I told you, we all have one hip that kind of collaborates with us, and then the other one kind of like usually doesn't do that well with us, because sometimes we're more left hip or right hip kind of people. So what I want you to do is figure out which is your comfortable side. For me, my comfortable side is this side. So every time anybody says cadera around me, I'm just going to go this way, right? But as you're practicing on your own, when no one's around, because sometimes people get uncomfortable about the caderas, look left, look right. Mami ta allá, papi ta allá, my brother's over there, my sister's over there, nobody's looking, all right? And just practice. Nope, this doesn't feel right. There it is. That's my cadera. And then don't tell anybody until you get to the next party. Yeah, when you get to that next birthday party, that's when you throw out the cadera. Now, let's try this. Cadera to the left 8 times, and then cadera to the left, with the left foot 4 times. Ready? 5, 6, basic left, and left, right, left, right, left, right. Cadera 8 times. 1, y 2, y 3, y 4, y 5, y 6, y 7, y 8. Basic. 1, 2, left, right. Now we're going to do cadera 4 times. Ready? 5, 6, cadera 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll give you another tip. When I do my caderas with my left foot, I do it 4 times, because I get around faster and I don't have to show off that, the bad hip. But when I do the other one, hey. I go crazy. I just go forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, yeah? So that's your cadera, hip circle. I think we're ready for the next song. We're going to put all of those things together. And let's go with Guayando. Ooh, Fulanito. So this is like my favorite party song right here.
Guayando.
Ooh, there it is. Guayando, ahí. Everybody, this is called a guira. It's an instrument that goes like that. Maybe I'll bring it on one of the classes, like this. But you hear that? That's your accent. Let's start right foot. 5, 6, right, left, right, left. Ooh, this is a good song to practice our tumbao with. This song has a lot of tumbao. Let's practice tumbao to the right. 5, 6, 7. Con mucho swing, calientito como el All right, basic. Every time he says, vamos a bailar, vamos a bailar, la fiesta está buena, yo me voy a quedar. Eso. And basic. Now let's practice the hip to the left with the right foot. Ready? 8 times. Right, left. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And right, left. Ready? 4 times. 5, 6. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Basic. Levanta la mano. There it is. So now when your parents go, pero baila, dance, go. You're like, I don't know what to do, mom. And you're like, okay. Now let's practice. Hold, basic with the left. Let's practice the hips to the right. Ready? With the left foot. 8 times, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now we're going to do it 4 times. Ready? 5, 6, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, tumbao. Ahora. Listen to it. Eso. Hold it. Get low. How low can you go? How low can you go? How low can you go? Okay, I can't come back up from here, so this is where I'll stop right here. Basic, left. All right, let's practice the side step. The side step is another kind of basic that you can do when you're like thinking, like, okay, I don't know what to do. Let me think about what I want to do. Let me show you, like this. You know this. You've seen this before. It's kind of like, okay, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? It's like you're waiting. And you can use your hands with it. Hey, I like that, Miss Chavez. Hey, you can even swing it. Yeah, like palos. Or you can just step it. Hey. Basic with the left. And hold it. Basic with the right. And finally, cross, open. Cross, open. Cross. Keep it going. Finish it till the end of the song. And pull. All right, give yourselves a hand. All right. So that is cruzado, right? Crossing. Hip circle left and right. Man, we're learning a lot of hips. We got some steps with our feet. You know what's missing? Our arms. What are we going to do with our arms? So let me show you some ideas of things we can do with our arms. So for instance, you're not going to dance in front of someone, right? Like, ven, baila con tu prima. And then you're like, right? This doesn't work because then it's going to look like I'm just walking. So what we do with our arms is that they cross the center of your belly. So you see where your belly is? Find your belly and put your arms above your waist in front of you, kind of like if you were dancing with someone, like this. See that? So this is where my hands would be if I'm dancing with someone. So when I'm dancing by myself, I always try to keep my hands around that area because imagine that you're dancing by yourself and all of a sudden somebody comes, hey, bang, bang, bang. And you're like, oh, my hands are down here. I can't, right? So you want to bring your hands up here. Aye. Let's try with the basic right, left. 5, 6, right, left, basic. Kung, kang, kung, kang. And let's see if you can find any patterns here. Watch this. Let's slow it down. Kung, kang, kung. I want you to notice which hand goes forward with which foot. I don't know, Mr. Edwin. I've never wondered. So let's look at it. So every time I step with my right, look which hand comes in front. What? Espérate. So when I step with my right, my left hand goes forward. Look at that. And when I step with my left, my right hand goes forward. This is what we called coordination. So you're coordinating your right and your left side. Yeah? And this coordination is kind of like a cross, right? You're crossing, meaning that you're doing this. So it's kind of like when you're walking. You see how when you walk down the street, you walk like this? Right? Right foot goes with the left hand and left foot goes with the right hand, right? How often do you see people walking like this? Right? Right hand with right foot. It's going to feel odd when you dance. So always keep your body nice and crossed. Let's try with the right foot. 5, 6, crossing your hands. Cum, cum, cum. Eso. And the hands can go higher, of course, right? Depending on how you're feeling the song. Some people dance up here, hey, hey. Some people dance up here, hey, 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 hey. So that's going to be all a style. And that word is going to be very important when it comes to merengue and bachata because it's all about style. Once you learn the steps, once you know what to do, then you got to put your style in it, right? So you can start developing your own flavor. So remember, hands cross. They don't cross all the way unless you're dancing something that we call Alibaba, hey, hey, hey. Right? So for now, they just go kind of like a little bit across the center of my belly. So this is my belly right here. This is the center. So I'm crossing just slightly like this. Not too much because then you're going to hit the person in front of you. Yep. Did we do the turns? We kind of talked about them, but we didn't actually do them. So let's do our basic with our right like this. Right, left, right, left, right, left. And what I want you to do is to give me a turn to your right that goes at the pace of 4 steps like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready? Basic step. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. One more time. 5, 6. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let me show you how I take that turn. My first step is in the center. My second step lands slightly in front of me, just slightly. This is going to be remember how before we had the anchor and the foot that goes? In the turn, it's similar. We have the anchor and the foot that pushes. So I'm going to push off my left to get the other 2 steps around. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. You notice what happened on the 3? Let me show you again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what happens on the 3 is that you have to pivot the other leg. Of course, you're not going to need that much time, and it's not going to take that long. It's really quick. Let me show you how it looks in full speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of like spinning a little bit or pivoting. Let's try it. That's going to be called the push turn. Empujando a la derecha. Push turn. 5, 6. Basic with the right. Right, left. Right, left. Push turn to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is the push turn, which is the faster turn. The slower turn is going to take 8 counts to get around. So you're going to go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the one that you'll see most commonly when people are dancing together, right? To give you time to get around. Let's try it. 5, 6, right foot, and right, left, slow turn to the right, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, if you are like me and you're like a nerd, like I need to know the angles, I need to know all the right steps, I need the calculations. Here it is. You go forward, side, corner, back, corner, front. So when you go forward, the next side or corner is going to be wherever you can go without having to push too much, because it's kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8. We come back home. Let's try it again. 5, 6, basic with the right, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 steps to get around. So we go side, corner, side, finish, and we're back. Yep, that's the slow turn. Let's practice it to the left side. Ready? Left foot, 5, 6, 7, and left, right, left, right. Let's do first the slow one, the 8 count. Ready? 5, 6, here we go. And you're made it. That's it. It's like no one's waiting for you. It's like, I want to go, but no one's really waiting for me. Let me just go. And then the other one is like, oh my God, se me queman las habichuelas. I got to get home really fast. Let's try it again. Left foot, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, here we go. Slow. Take your time, take your time, take your time, and back to the beginning. One more time. Take your time, nobody's waiting, take your time. Now let's do the other one, ready? 5, 6, go, 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 fast, everybody's leaving. Oh, do you make it? Let's try it again. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, basic. 1, 2, 3, 4, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, and stop it right there. And that's it. That's all you need. Now let's count how many steps we have, because that was a lot of steps. Whew. Today was the day to learn the steps. So we have the basic. We have the tumbao, right? Both left and right. We have the cruzado, crossing step. We have the dragging step, right? Stepping to the left or the right, dragging the other foot. We have the turn to the right. We have 2 different speeds for that one. The turn to the left, we have 2 different speeds for that one. We have cadera, 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 right? And we had different versions of the cadera. We have cruzado, and one more, the swing step, right? So that's 9 steps in one day. That's a lot. So what we're going to do is we're going to just put them all together with music, and next class we're going to review them all, and then of course we're going to add maybe a couple of different steps, and then we start putting together a little choreography just based on everything you learned today. So for the next song, I'll let it be a surprise. I'm going to let the DJ know, put anything. We can dance merengue to anything, as long as it's a good merengue. Let's see. DJ Miss Chavez. ¡Woo! Vamos a hablar inglés. All right, everybody. Vamos a hablar inglés. I mean, let's speak English. Ready? Right? Left. Here we go.
Vamos a hablar inglés tú y yo.
Tú y yo vamos a hablar inglés, Miss Chavez. Así, ready? Bring it back. Forward. Back.
Ya que te encuentres,
Wow.
ya que te encuentres, bailando otra vez.
Oh, man, I can't wait to see you all in person. Oh, this is going to be so awesome. All right, now watch this. Hips to the left. 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. Basic. Let's do the same hips, but the faster ones. Ready? 5, 6, 4 steps. Go. 1, 2, 3, and hold. Eso. Now, let's try going to the left with the drag, like this. Halfway. Bring it back. 8, 8. Come back to the front. All right, let's try the tumbao. Vamos a hablar inglés. 5, 6, here we go. Eso, basic. Mínimo, mínimo, mínimo. It's like you're shy, you're shy. You just walked into the party. You don't know what to do, but your feet are moving. And now no one's looking, no one's looking. Hey, hey. And then you make eye contact with your best friend. Oh, best friend! Basic. All right, let's try the turn. Let's do the slow turn to the left. Ready? 5, 6, slow turn. Take your time. And now let's do the quick turn to the left. Go. Hey, that was smooth. Ready? One more time. Go. Now, let's try cruzado. Cross, cross, open, open. Let's do it slow motion first. Ready? Cross, cross, open, open. And now, super speed. Hey, look at that. You look like professionals, I can tell. And back to the basics. Woo! That's a really good song to work that step out. Now watch this. Swing, swing, left and right. Shoulder, shoulder, shoulder. Hey, hey, hey. Swing it down. And basic left. Ooh. Now let's practice everything to the left. Tumbao on the left.
Pero andar viajo.
Now let's try basic hip circles to the right with the left foot. Ready? Let's see. Cross your fingers. Slow. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Basic. I think we did pretty good. Let's try that one again. But this time, fourth time to go around. Ready? The fast one. Here. We go. Fourth time. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now, I want you to take the rest of this song to practice all of the steps on your own. So I'm going to practice my crossing step, or you can practice your turn. Ready? And go. Pretend no one's watching. You can practice anything you want. So Miss Chavez not looking at me, I'm not looking at her, I'm just on my own world. Hey, let me switch it to this side. Oh, we're practicing the same one. I was copying her. Let me practice. And let's get back to the right foot side. Right foot. And now bring it forward. Bring it forward. All the way. All the way. Now bring it back. Forward. Back. Swing it. Oh, get ready for the exciting part. Listen to the music. And take your bow. Give yourselves a hand. All right. That was day 1 of Merengue. Hopefully you learned a lot of fun steps that you can try on your own, with your parents, with your siblings. You can try these steps anywhere. And hopefully next week we can review all of them. I'll add maybe 2 more to the mix. We'll review them, add 2 more, and then the next week after that, maybe 2 more. And then after that is choreography time. Like, it's gonna go down. So thank you so much, everyone. Hope you had a great time. And if you have any questions, don't forget, you can always write them in the little comments there. Let the teachers know. That way Ms. Chavez can let me know, Edwin, some of the kids need help with this one. Some of the kids need help with that one. And then we can break all of that down. Thank you. Hey.
See you guys next time.
See you next week.